It's OPP time once again. Yep, so let's see what projects we have to share this time. This first project is from Martinelli Marcello. He calls it the Sun of Italy, and it's an Intarsia. Martinelli didn't give me very much information about the piece, but it's beautiful, and it looks to me like he used a whole bunch of different types of woods, or he used a bunch of different shades of the same type of wood. Anyway, it's stunning, and thank you for sharing it with us, Martinelli. The next project is from my cousin Teresa in Texas, and it is one of her awesome pencil drawings. This one is of her dog, Bella. It was also recognized online in a reader gallery, and there's a little snippet at the bottom, and this is what it says. It's Teresa speaking, and she says, "This drawing is of our 6-month-old dog, de Bordeaux Mastiff puppy, Bella. I wanted to do a drawing of her while she was still in her puppy stage because being a large breed dog, she will not be very little for very long. I am a self-taught intermediate level artist, I would say. There is so much I need to learn, so in every drawing I try to experiment with something new. This is the first time I used Arches paper and luminance pencils. I like them both very much." So very cool, Teresa, and we love seeing your pencil drawings, so keep on bringing them in. This next project is from Ron Ostromecki, and it is a little mouse Intarsia, and it's one that I made not too long ago. It's a free pattern by Judy Gale Roberts, and you can find it on her website. The pieces that Ron used are blue pine, cherry, and oak. Thanks for sharing that with us, Ron. These next projects are from Indio Decimo. I talked to him and we translate to each other, so he didn't give me any information about the projects, but this is what I gather when I look at them. First, we have this Mermaid Intarsia segmentation, and it looks like he painted the pieces. And then he has this heart that is an Intarsia or segmentation, and it's actually, how the heart looks. Then he also has this little flower, and I'm not sure if it's like a succulent or what, but it's an Intarsia segmentation. And then he also has this Mary and Jesus scroll saw that he put on a backer, and the backer looks like it's painted, and it looks really cool. And all of those pieces are nicely framed. Then he also sent this picture of this doghouse, and it is a 6-sided doghouse, and it looks to have some lettering on the front. And that lettering, I'm guessing, is the name of the dog. If anyone knows what it says, just let me know down in the comments. But thanks for sharing those, Indio. This next project is from Kevin Marshall, and it is a very unique project, and he also used a whole bunch of different mediums in there. Kevin calls this piece the Sacred Heart, and he made it for a friend. He said it's mostly made out of scrap wood and reclaimed wood, and this piece in the back is redwood, and he said when he sanded it, it showed all that neat grain pattern, which was really surprising to him, and yeah, I understand that. It looks so cool. He said the heart is an unknown hardwood. The flames are made from copper pipe that he cut, and he shaped, and he annealed, and it also looks like some kind of wire that's wrapped around the heart. Very neat piece, Kevin. Thanks for sharing that with us. This next piece is from Max Reid, and he calls it Cowboy Up. It's an Intarsia pattern by Judy Gale Roberts, and she calls it the Cowboy. So you can find it on her page if you want to make this project. Max said there are quite a few different pieces in this project, including Spanish cedar, aromatic red cedar, walnut, maple, basswood, spruce, aspen, purple heart. Hang on a second, Wally! Pine, and the frame comes from an old board that he stole from his neighbor's fence, which he says he hopes that his neighbor forgives him. Come on in, Wally! Where's Kitty Lou? Where's Gibbs? Anyway, he also painted the background. And Max told me, he said that he wants to change the blue background a little bit because he says it takes away from the cowboy. But his wife said she'll cut his fingers off if he touches it. So I totally get that, Max. Yeah. So it looks wonderful the way it is. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. These next couple of projects are from Jim Merrow. And he has made this rose, and he made 2 of them. And it is a Judy Gale Roberts pattern. This first one was a Valentine's Day gift for his wife from him and his daughter, who's 4, and she wrote her name out and he put her name onto the piece. And so he used a piece of spalted maple and he mounted the rose on there, and then he put Faye on there, which is her name, in Wenge or Wenge. And the rose he made with aromatic cedar, aspen, and western red cedar. And what a neat Valentine's Day gift. So awesome. I bet she loved it. And then this next rose that he made, he also put it on a spalted maple backer, but this time he used a different wood for the stem and the leaves. So he used aspen, aromatic cedar, poplar for the leaves, and paldeo for the stem. And on both of these, he used a matte finish for the backer and a satin finish for the roses. And man, Jim, they look beautiful. So thank you so much for sharing those with us. And the final project I'm sharing this time around on OPP is a relief carving by Mel Boone, Mellanie Boone, my friend over in Pennsylvania. She said this scene is actually a view from her sister's deck looking on a river out in Pennsylvania. And so what she did was she took this piece of teak and she hand carved the mountains and the lakes and the kayakers and the fishermen and the trees. Then she separately carved the bald eagle out of some pine. She crushed some decorative stone for that little rocky area, and she painted everything with acrylic paint. Then she put an ultra clear coating on the river and the pond to make them shimmer. And then she put a matte sealer over the whole thing. And wow, Mel, that's a lot of work and it is so cool. And I bet your sister just loved it. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. Well, that concludes this episode of OPP, and thank you so much for tuning in and watching. And I hope that everyone was motivated or inspired to go out into the shop and make something. If you have a project that you'd like me to share on a future episode of OPP, then just send me an email and put OPP in the heading. If you don't hear back from me, please check up on me and see if I got the email. Sometimes it takes me a few days to get back to you, but it shouldn't take a few weeks. And sometimes I lose the emails, and if I've lost an email that you've sent in to me and I've never shared your project, I'm so sorry. Please send it again. So I don't know what you're gonna do right now, but I'm gonna go up to the shop and work on some Intarsia. So everybody enjoy their day. Bye.